Right, hi guys, how are you doing today? So I said in my last video that I was going to split that video into two parts because I didn't want it to be that long. So this is the last part of the doll now, and we come into an end. I have cut my fabric out for the pink doll, and I've cut my fabric out for the yellow doll. Same pattern but just different colours. So like I said in my previous video, the longer bit of material you cut, the better it is when you can go to put it on the doll, because you've got to cut it down, you're giving yourself a 1/4 of an inch seam allowance, and it all adds up. So what we're going to do, we're going to concentrate on this pink one, and I'm going to do the yellow one off camera. It's the yellow one I'm giving away. So the longest part of this, here's my tape measure on, it's the length of it that I want. So that's 19, 17. Right, this is the waist. Let me turn it round. And I did right. That the shortest part, you should have a long part, which is the length of your dress, and then your width, which it does look quite long camera, but watch now when I gather this up. It's going to become, it's going to make it puff out, and I'm going to land up with quite a puffy dress. So I'm going to concentrate now. I'm going to say that's the top of the dress. Always make sure once you've gone around the edges with your pink and shears, always make sure that you know. Now when I'll tell you a little story when I'm doing this. When I first did my first tilda doll, I mean this is my second and third attempt, right? When I cut my piece of material, I had it all cut out, and I cut it all out nicely, and then I put it on my doll like this, right? Which left me with a shorter, I put it on my doll the wrong way. So instead of putting it on my doll, working out, like, for example, I've worked out just now, I've worked out what the width is with my measurement, so I know this measurement at the top is, I've just measured it and I've forgotten what it is. Is 17 and 17. Now, I originally cut it 18, by the time you've done 1/4 of an inch, and then you've cut it off with your pink and shears, you're left at about 17 inches. So I know that side is my waist side, it's going to go around my doll. The rest of it, the length side, over there, the length side is the length of it, what it's going to be like when it fits onto my doll. So when I first ever did my tilda doll, and I put it on my put the dress on the doll, what I did was, instead of working out what side is my width side, what side is going to go around my belly, what I did was I wrapped the width, I did it the other way around when I put my tilda doll on. So, for example, let me get my tilda doll. That's the easy to explain. I know she's obviously may have to cut her down a bit. I know, right, that this is my width, but when I first did my tilda doll, I did it like, it might actually be this way. I think it is. Yeah, it is. I've done it that way. So always check what way your doll is this way because of the legs. That's all way you know. When I first did my tilda doll, I did it that way, and then I thought, oh, she's a bit long. I snipped her, and then when I went to do it around the waist, I barely had enough to go around. So always check what way is your width side. So my width side is the longer side, not the shorter side for a tilda, because I want the length. Yeah, that's right, I want the length. So we're going to concentrate on the bottom now. Now this is the bottom. You might not be able to see it all. I'm hoping you'll see most of it. So for the bottom, I want a bit of a nice bit of lace. Now I do have something like this that I think would fit perfectly on the edge, and it's literally just going to be the edge. just going to fit there. I'm going to get my pins. Did I put them back? No, I didn't think I put them back. I'm going to get my pins. And I'm just going to pin that into place and then cut it. And then I'm going to sew it straight across. So when I come to do the doll, she's already got the edging on a dress. It's the easiest way to do it actually when it's not on the doll. Otherwise you're having to hand sew it. So I do it this way only to make life a little bit simpler for me. Okay, which might need, right, so I've put one there. I'm going to use, I was going to use this, but I don't think I've got enough. Or I might have enough because it's going to be wrapped around anyway. How much am I short? About an inch. Actually, this is off a wedding dress, so if I haven't got enough of this, I'll find something else. It's folded over on the edge, so I'm hoping that I've cut away, haha, after I cut away that, I should have enough now to go around. Let me cut this away, this organza, because I don't want it. So I'm going to do the same with the yellow, the dress, the doll with the yellow on her. Except I'm not going to use the different trim. I'm not going to sew the different trim on camera. I'm going to sew it off camera. And then I'm going to show you the finished result because it's the same technique as before. I'm just cutting this off so I can use, there we are, so I can use the trim. Now I should have enough. Hey, I've got enough. Right, so I'm going to take these pins I already have and I'm just going, I don't need to go right to the edge because what will end up happening is I'm going to bring those two edges together anyway to almost form a loop. If you think of it as a circle, that's almost to form that. Oh, come on. See how pretty that looks? And it doesn't go right to the end the other side, but like I say, I'm not that fussed because I'm not that fussed because I'm taking those two sides together anyway, because it's got to wrap around my doll like a dress. Okay, so now I've done that, I want to put that pin in there. I'm going to sew that together. I'm going to take you over to my machine, which is right next door to me. Like I said, I'm going to do the yellow one off camera because it's the same technique. And then I'm going to sew this, which won't take me 2 minutes to sew. And like always, I've forgotten what way my machine goes. Oh gosh. Right. Wait a minute. There. Undo this pin. Okay, and I know there's a pin around just somewhere. So it's just slipping out of my hands. I'm taking the pins out as I go. That's the ice cream van. Can you hear him? I haven't even actually got the windows open, or not even in shot. I do apologise. Now I am. Okay, I apologise that I weren't in shot then when I brought you over to my sewing machine. I'm hoping you did see the end of me sewing that together. So let me get rid of these pins, otherwise they'll get in my way. And I'm looking for little scissors if I've lost them. No. Where did I put my little scissors? Oh, I can see them. Right. So I'm just going to cut these off. 1, 2 there. 1 there and 1 there. That's my little trim at the bottom of my skirt done. And then this is where it gets a little bit complicated. Is the minute you work at the bottom of your skirt, you'll be fine. I'll raise you up slightly. So what I'm going to do now is bring the two ends together. So I'm bringing the two, I'm not touching the top. If that's my bottom, I'm not going to touch my top. It's the two side ends. So I'm going to bring these together. And I'm going to leave a 1/4 of an inch seam allowance. Some nice long pins out. Leave a 1/4 of an inch seam allowance all the way around. Now it's better if you've got them lined up, because what I noticed on my other doll that I did, it didn't line up properly. That's not 1/4. There's one. There's the first pin in. 1/4 of an inch seam allowance. And you're going to be hand stitching this. Sewing hand. What am I saying? Trying to say. You're going to be putting this through on the machine, and then the rest entails of you sitting and hand sewing it. I'm going to go all the way up, leaving a 1/4 of an inch seam allowance. Now on my machine, I'll show you before I start, and I'll make sure that I'm in frame to be able to show you too. On any machine, there should be some guidelines of where you are on the actual bottom of the foot. Now that's not straight. There I am. Why does that come out wide? If it's come out a little bit too wide and you think, oh, I've gone a bit too wide there, that needs to come in a little bit. There, that's better. And I'm going to put one last pin in. Might actually take 2, yeah, and 1 more. There, 1 more. Right, I'm going to sew from that edge all the way up to there. Leave. Put a little pin there. Let me show you what I mean. Because you don't want to go all the way up, because what that. Well, I suppose you could, but you might not be able to gather it in. Yeah, you could take it all the way up. I'm going to take mine all the way up. Okay, so let's go to the machine, sew this bad boy in. Right, on any machine you've got lines. Can you see the lines? And I've got, if I knock the light off, no, you can't. Oh yeah, you can see that a little bit better. There's 1/2 inch, there's 3/4, and there is a quarter somewhere. There's 3/8, 5/8, and I know there's a quarter somewhere, but I can't. And then it's by the side of me, it says 1 inch, so I know they're 1 inch. I'm gonna pop it back on. I'm gonna take it through my machine now. Oh, I'm going the wrong way. I was thinking then, I'm sure I'm going the wrong way. Yeah, I was. Just line this up. Okay. Okay, take that note. I'm gonna move you down and over so that you're not sort of, see how I'm holding it. There's a line on the machine that I'm making sure that I'm going to, because that'll tell me if I'm going too wide, if I need to come closer. Nearly there. Take that one out. This one out, and then the last bit on my machine. Okay, and I went forwards and backwards to keep those stitches in place. So this is the final step. So if you followed me all the way to this step, you'll know I'm giving this away. I'm gonna leave this video, and I will see you in my next video where I'll show you how to attach your skirt that you've made for your Tilda doll. But I'm not going to advertise it anymore that I'm giving this away. If you've been following me on how to make it, you'll know I'm giving this away. I'm turning it inside up the right way, and I am going to do a little bit of, because I don't want just random people coming on to know that I'm giving it away. So keep your lookout. There's one last video coming, and I shall see you in my other video. Take care, have fun, and I'll see you then. Bye for now.